Live from KSAT 12. The news at 5:30 starts right now.
A San Antonio police officer is in the hospital after the department says he was hit by an accused drunk driver. Several cars were involved in this morning's crash on the northeast side.
Alyssa Cole explains what investigators believe happened.
First responders were called to this intersection at Eisenhower and Pratt, where police say an alleged intoxicated driver hit multiple vehicles, including a San Antonio police cruiser. This is what the scene looked like early this morning. Investigators say this happened just before 1 a.m. That's when police say a driver was speeding on Eisenhower Road, veered into the wrong side of the road and crashed into a San Antonio police vehicle at a traffic light. The sergeant inside the vehicle was hurt and was taken to a nearby hospital, along with the woman who was in the alleged drunk driver's car. We're told the drunk driver was also taken to the same hospital, and he's said to be 40 years old. Police say the driver also hit two other vehicles either before or after running into the police officer. At last check, we were told the officer and the female passenger were in serious condition, and we're told the alleged intoxicated driver is expected to be okay. He was arrested and charged with 2 counts of intoxication assault. Reporting on the northeast side, Alyssa Cole, KSAT 12 News.
Some good news to report just into our newsroom. An El Paso woman who disappeared after a trip here to San Antonio has now been found safe. 30-year-old Lynette Martinez was found earlier today in downtown Austin by officers with the University of Texas. The mother of 3 was last seen more than a week ago on Lucky Ledge Street in West Bexar County near Loop 1604 and Highway 90. Right now, those details about how she was found and how she got there have not been released. Again, she has been found alive and safe.
Other stories making headlines this Sunday. A major crash in Medina County sends one person to the hospital after they slammed into a fence. Take a look. You can see the crumpled front end of that car after the crash. According to the Medina County first responders, this all happened on County Road 371 just before FM 1283. A post on Facebook says the driver lost control of the car and crashed into the fence. Emergency crews were able to get the driver out of the car and transport them to the hospital. That road was closed for about 45 minutes while those emergency crews worked to clear the debris. The driver's injuries were reportedly non-life-threatening.
Back here at home, a pickup truck burst into flames after crashing into a concrete wall on North Loop 1604 on the frontage road. You can see the aftermath right here. San Antonio police say the driver was speeding, lost control, and ended up crashing into a wall, sparking a fire that spread really quickly. Witnesses told officers the driver was able to jump out before the flames engulfed the truck, and then they took off running. Firefighters were able to put out the flames. The frontage road did have to be shut down for about 30 minutes, and there's no word if that driver was found.
A car nearly ended up inside of an apartment over on the east side. This happened around 11 o'clock last night at a complex over at Walter Street and Gabriel near I-35. Police say a woman was speeding and smashed into a small gate right outside the front door of an apartment. Officers at the scene say the woman lost control of the vehicle and was taken into custody for suspicion of DWI. The tenants of the apartment were not injured.
Now to a developing story. The Bexar County medical examiner is working to determine how a 40-year-old inmate at the Bexar County Jail died there. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says 40-year-old Hector Lopez died this past Friday. We're told it was before noon when another inmate told jail deputies that Lopez was unresponsive. Medical staff began life-saving measures, then first responders got to the jail and continued those efforts, taking Lopez to the hospital where he later died. Right now, sheriff's deputies say it appeared that Lopez had some type of medical episode, but the medical examiner will soon release the exact cause of death. Lopez had been in jail since January after being arrested on a bench warrant, which means failing to comply with a court order.
Last year, 19 children here in Bexar County were killed as a result of child abuse and neglect. That number is just a small glimpse into the ongoing problem that has way too many tragic endings. April is Child Abuse Prevention Awareness Month, and to mark the start of the national observance, local leaders, child welfare agencies and law enforcement all joined members of Child Advocate San Antonio and Guardians of the Children for a wreath-laying ceremony on the steps of the Bexar County Courthouse. This was back on Friday. Now, during the month of April, child advocate groups and supporters reflect on their strategies to engage public involvement in preventing and rescuing children from abusive situations. And one of the most important steps is someone's willingness to get involved immediately.
We always recommend if you see it, report it. Don't call somebody else 2 days later. It's like report it right then and there.
Happening tonight at 7, the Guardians of the Children will hold its 4th annual candlelight vigil. The Guardians will read the names and ages of more than 400 victims. It will be at Milam Park, located on West Commerce Street.
Now to one of the top stories across the nation. The death toll is climbing in the aftermath of that deadly tornado outbreak across the South and Midwest. At least 26 people have died and dozens are hospitalized across 9 states after the storms moved through Friday and Saturday.
ABC's Jacqueline Lee tonight has more on the challenges those people in those areas continue to face in the wake of the storms.
Across the Midwest and southern U.S., residents pressing forward following deadly tornadoes. In Belvidere, Illinois, west of Chicago, Governor Pritzker touring the 100-year-old Apollo Theater, where the roof collapsed during a heavy metal concert, killing 1 person, injuring dozens. More than 250 people inside when an EF1 tornado came through.
In the midst of this tragedy, so many people showed up here to help out. We're the concert goers helping each other and people who live in the surrounding community showing up.
On Saturday, friends and family gathering outside that theater to honor Frederick Livingston Jr. His son Alex said he was standing right next to his father when the roof collapsed.
It happened so fast, man. They raised me since I was 2 years old.
In Arkansas, at least 5 people killed. Drone footage showing homes destroyed, roofs ripped apart, leaving traces of debris behind. Thousands of homes and businesses left without power. Adrian Forrester, who spoke with our Victor Oquendo, huddled with loved ones as the storm came through.
Where'd you hide?
We hid in the bathtub in the middle of the house.
How many of you?
3 adults and 2 dogs.
Further east in Tennessee, trees uprooted, power lines destroyed, trailers flipped upside down. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Chicago, Illinois.
Like the crowds who acclaim Jesus in Jerusalem, let us now go forth in peace.
Today is Palm Sunday, the beginning of Holy Week for those of the Christian faith. Parishioners filed into San Fernando Cathedral downtown this morning for worship. Next weekend, a number of schools, businesses, and banks and municipal buildings will all be closed to observe Good Friday. And of course, next Sunday is Easter Sunday, which marks the end of the Lent season.
Coming up, General Motors is changing how your smartphone will connect to its new model electric vehicles. What that change is and how soon it goes into effect. That's after the break. Welcome back. General Motors has decided to phase out its widely used Apple CarPlay and Android Auto systems in its future electric vehicles. Those popular systems allow drivers to sync their smartphone screens to the dashboard display in their vehicles. But the car maker is switching to a built-in infotainment center made by Google. The change will take effect when GM rolls out its 2024 Chevrolet Blazer next year. Drivers will get to access Google Maps and Google Assistant at no extra cost for 8 years. The new infotainment system will offer Spotify, Audible, and other services that many drivers now access through their smartphones.
All right, here in San Antonio, let's go outside with live cam, seeing a few peaks of sunshine on what has been a much more humid and muggy day in and around South Central Texas, especially compared to the drier air and low humidity that we had yesterday. Now, that humidity is going to stick with us as we head into the first half of this upcoming week, which means temperatures are going to spike even more so. We've got highs in the 90s currently in the forecast tomorrow and into Tuesday, but a cold front is going to cool things down after it moves in the middle of the week. That also looks to set up some better rain chances here in South Central Texas. All those details coming up after the break.
You know, we just like to joke around during the breaks, but this This humidity is no joke. And
I did not enjoy my walk.
I was not happy this morning.
Well, especially after
outside.
yesterday, it was so nice. We had drier air that moved in behind that front. And then today, in full force, south winds took back over. And yes, the humidity is definitely here. You likely noticed that if you've spent some time outdoors today. Let's take a look in the change in dew points right now compared to where we were this time Saturday. Take a look at that here in Bexar County, about 30 to 35 degrees higher than this time yesterday, and that just means that yes, more of that moisture is in place. You can definitely feel it. That will stick with us if you're stepping out for any Sunday evening plans. Temperatures, it has been another warmer than average one in and around San Antonio. 89 right now officially over at the airport. It's 85 in Bulverde, 87 on the east side of Bexar County in Converse, 91 in Pleasanton, and currently 90 over in Uvalde. So yes, it will be sticky over the next several hours. Temperatures slowly working their way through the 80s and eventually into the 70s later tonight. Now, because we do have those higher dew points in place, I do think by wake up time tomorrow morning, it is possible that we find some areas of patchy to potentially even dense fog develop in spots. So if you are stepping out for the Monday morning drive, probably a good idea to plan on giving yourself a little bit of extra time out the door. Those conditions do look to improve though by the mid to late morning hours. Now, temperature wise, it is going to be a humid start as well. We're waking up to the mid and upper 60s here in San Antonio, a little bit warmer the farther south and west that you go, maybe across portions of the hill country off to our northwest, slightly cooler around 60 in Kerrville, stretching over to Comfort. 67 officially here in town is that forecast morning low tomorrow, 68 in Floresville, 64 over in Sabinal. As we head into the late morning hours, that cloud cover does look to break up just a little bit more. I think tomorrow afternoon we could manage to find a few peaks of sunshine out there, really helping those temperatures crank up. Check this out. More of a summer-like feel is expected tomorrow afternoon as thermometers aim to climb into the low 90s here in town, especially across our southwestern counties, across portions of the Winter Garden and closer to the Rio Grande. It's possible we find some mid to maybe even upper 90s out there. Around 93 tomorrow afternoon, 91 in Bulverde, 94 in Poteet, and 96 in Divine. Into Tuesday, more 90s expected. We could potentially challenge the record high for the day, which is set at 93. Also will be pretty breezy at times over the next 48 hours and then downright windy on Wednesday. But that is actually following our next cold front that's going to move in before the sun comes up Wednesday morning. So we'll go ahead and time that out. While we are quiet right now here in San Antonio, it is a much different story near the Metroplex. Severe thunderstorm warnings continue to work farther eastward. Tornado watch issued well off to our north until 11 p.m. tonight. It's this area of low pressure that's approaching the Pacific Northwest. That's what's going to drop that next front into our area. Could potentially see a few showers to a stray rumble by the Wednesday morning commute. But then as we see that front stall off to our south and moisture is able to override that boundary here at the surface, better and much needed rain chances in the works Thursday and into Friday, potentially into next weekend. Definitely check back in on that. You can see temperatures a little bit cooler there in the 60s as well, guys.
All good things. It's all worth it.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Mia.
A lot to like once we get to Wednesday. All right, it is difficult to get Pop to talk about himself, but we've certainly had that in the last few days, and it's been nice.
Yeah, it's a nice change of pace. He was asked about the other inductees first, to which he kind of got a little testy about it, but Pop did talk about the fact that he got the call to the Hall of Fame yesterday. We'll hear from him on the moment. Plus, Corey Connors is a champion of the Valero Texas Open once again. Got the highlights from that, too, next.
I was just wondering what your thoughts were for Tony and Becky.
What about me?
First of all,
Yeah. What the hell? You believe that question?
Well, Lord knows I've had no help. I've had really very little talent. It's amazing. I've done this on my own.
Pop putting himself first as usual in big board sports. All right, sarcasm aside, Pop headlined a number of Spurs and NBA legends who got the call to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame yesterday. He wasn't at the press conference in person since he's with the current Spurs roster in Sacramento. A quick refresher for those who might need it. Pop has been at the helm of the Spurs for 27 years, is the winningest head coach in NBA history, and is one of 5 head coaches to win at least 5 NBA championships. But even for him, getting the Hall of Fame phone call was pretty remarkable.
Told me that I was selected and, congratulations, that sort of thing, and sort of a phone call you never think about or expect. It's like somebody telling you that, the earth is flat, some weird feeling that you have, out-of-body experience, because it's not what you grow up thinking. You love the game, but you don't think in these kinds of terms. And all of a sudden somebody calls you and says that, so it was pretty awesome.
The Spurs and Kings have already tipped off. San Antonio trails 41-36 in the second quarter. We'll have highlights and reaction from this game, as well as more reaction from Pop on the Hall of Fame tonight on Instant Replay. Final round of the Valero Texas Open this afternoon at TPC San Antonio, and rookie Sam Stevens played a wild round. He posted 3 bogeys, 5 birdies, and 2 eagles, including this putt for eagle on the par 4 17th. Stevens put the pressure on the leaders and moves up to second overall at 14 under with that putt. Corey Connors ran second heading into the final round, and he took the lead with a 3 under front 9. 1 birdie here on 15 gives him the cushion he needs to secure the win at 15 under. It's his second ever win on the PGA Tour, the first since he won the Valero Texas Open back in 2019. He now becomes the 8th man to win the Texas Open at least twice.
I guess I love Texas. This place is really special. I've always loved this place from the first time I came here, and it's just such an amazing golf course, such an amazing setup with the resort right here, and having my family here this week was really special. I'm not sure my daughter Reese will remember too much what just transpired, but it was really special to have her and my wife Mallory come out to the green and be able to share this with them.
So here's a look at your final leaderboard. Connors tops it, followed by Stevens, Sam Ryder, Matt Kuchar, and Patrick Rogers, who faded from 1st to 5th. We'll have full reaction tonight on Instant Replay. After last night's 2-1 victory over Monterey Bay FC, San Antonio FC now owns a 15-match unbeaten streak. After ceding a 1-0 lead in the second half, Zico Bailey played hero with a perfectly placed shot in the 85th minute of regulation. Bailey subbed into the game in the 48th minute. He saw time last match as a winger. This week he comes through offensively as a striker. Just an example of how impressive the Champions roster depth is.
We have low numbers, so it's really just next man up mentality. And yeah, I think we just fought for the whole 90 minutes and we came out with a good W.
We had a chance to make excuses, but we didn't. At the end of the day, the boys grinded and showed how just mentality monster, the spirit of our team. And so for me, I feel very blessed to play on a team that covers my mistakes too. I felt like I could have done better on their goal, but at the end of the day, the team covers one another.
San Antonio FC opens U.S. Open Cup play Tuesday night at Toyota Field against Club de Lion FC at 7:30 p.m. This time next week, we'll know which area soccer teams are heading to the UIL State Tournament. And there's a familiar program still alive in the Class 6A field. The Lee boys soccer team punched their tickets to the regional tournament yet again on Friday night with a 4-1 victory over Johnson at Comalander Stadium. Lucas Saldana scored 2 goals in the final 11 minutes to break a 1-1 tie and give the Volunteers a lead they wouldn't relinquish. After a 1-season absence, Lee is now 2 wins away from a return to state for the first time since they won it all in 2021.
Good teams respond to adversity. That's what we've been preaching all week. Saw a little adversity and we responded. Good sign of character, and our team really went to the next level. Proud of Lucas Saldana. It's his 3rd goal of the season, but first double score in a game. So, we've been talking about you want to earn minutes, you got to perform. And I think he's been kind of taking that to heart, stepped up and got some more minutes. And we said the better you do, the longer you stay on the field. So he proved that tonight that he is ready.
Lee will next take on Brownsville Rivera in the Class 6A regional semifinals Friday night at 5 p.m. at Comalander Stadium. Finally, let's head to the majors. Astros hosting the White Sox, going for the first series win of the season. Not looking good for the home team. Top of the 9th, Yohan Moncada blasts one high and deep to left. That's into the crossford boxes for a 2-run homer. Chicago leads 6-1. Houston has a chance to rally here. Bottom of the 9th, tying run at the plate. Chaz McCormick can't get it done. Astros fall 6-3 and settle for a split. Nice to get the baseball season off and running, guys.
Welcome back to the Boys of Summer. Thank you, Andrew.
You got it.
We'll be right back.
All right, for your Monday, it's going to be a muggy start. Temperatures in the 60s and some patchy fog. Into the afternoon, highs climb into the low 90s here in San Antonio. Also a little breezy. More 90s expected Tuesday, but then that front moves in. A few isolated showers Wednesday. Cooler temperatures by the second half of the week, and also some better rain chances, guys. So looking forward to it.
All right, we're looking forward to seeing you back here for the Night Beat. We've got a whole bunch of new stories working for you, new at 10.
We'll see you then.